The Luminara Academy's East Corridor hummed with the usual afternoon chaos. Cadets from 14 different species shuffled between tactical simulations and xenobiology lectures, their conversations creating a symphony of clicks, whistles, and translated standard. Maya Torres walked with her datapad pressed against her chest, reviewing notes on gravitational warfare theory. The human cadet had earned her spot at the galaxy's most prestigious military academy through sheer determination, outscoring thousands of applicants across the core worlds. At 21, she was unremarkable by human standards. Average height, dark hair tied back in a practical ponytail, brown eyes that seemed perpetually tired from late-night study sessions. What the other species didn't understand about humans was their unpredictability. Their fight-or-flight response, their terrifying ability to weaponize anything, including their own bodies. Maya was about to demonstrate all three. She noticed the Vrexian first. The reptilian species typically moved with fluid grace, but this one's gait was wrong, too purposeful, too focused. His three-fingered hand rested near his belt, where Academy regulations prohibited weapons. Two more figures emerged from side passages, flanking a young Kalari cadet whose azure feathers had flattened in fear. The Kalari boy couldn't have been more than 17 standard years. His name was Pip, Maya remembered. Shy, brilliant with quantum mathematics, and currently trapped. The strike team moved with military precision. Too much precision for random thugs. These were professionals. Cadet Serix, the lead Vrexian said, his translator rendering his hiss into flat standard. You will come quietly. Pip's wings trembled. I haven't done anything. Your family's debt concerns us, not you. Move. Maya's combat instructor, a grizzled Terran named Rodriguez, had once told her class something important. The galaxy thinks humans are weak because we don't have natural armor, venom, or telepathy. They forget we're endurance predators who conquered our world through pure stubbornness and pattern recognition. Use that. She'd spent 2 seconds analyzing the situation. The strike team had positioned themselves in the corridor's blind spot, no security cameras. The afternoon shift change meant minimal foot traffic. They'd planned this carefully. They hadn't planned for her. Maya dropped her datapad. The clatter made all 4 figures turn. Pip, she said calmly. Walk toward me. Now. The lead Vrexian's pupils dilated. Human? This doesn't concern you. The Kalari has family obligations. He's a cadet under Academy protection. Maya's voice carried the flat authority she'd learned from Rodriguez. Which makes this attempted kidnapping. The second attacker, a hulking Corthian with natural dermal plating, stepped forward. Little mammal thinks she can... Maya moved. Humans don't have the strength of Corthians or the speed of Vrexians, but they have something else. Millions of years of evolution as persistence hunters, combined with a creativity born from being one of the galaxy's physically weakest species. She grabbed a fire suppression canister from the wall mount. Academy regulations required them every 20 meters, and hurled it directly at the Corthian's head. While he raised his arms to block, Maya closed the distance. Her knee drove into the nerve cluster just above his leg joint, a weak point she'd memorized from xenoanatomy class. The Corthian dropped, shocked that something so small could hurt something so armored. The third attacker drew a neural disruptor, illegal on Academy grounds, illegal in most of the core worlds. Maya's hand shot out, grabbing his wrist and twisting with a technique as old as human warfare. The weapon clattered away. Her elbow smashed into his throat, another universal weak point, she'd learned. All species needed to breathe. The lead Vrexian moved with serpentine speed, reaching for her. But Maya had already anticipated. She dropped low, sweeping his legs while simultaneously grabbing his arm and using his momentum against him. Basic judo, taught to human children for centuries. He crashed into the corridor wall with enough force to crack the decorative paneling. The entire fight had lasted 14 seconds. Pip stood frozen, his beak slightly open. "How did you—" "Run to campus security," Maya said, breathing hard. "Tell them there's been an incident in Corridor E7. Go." The Kalari cadet fled. Maya looked at the three groaning attackers. Her heart hammered against her ribs, adrenaline still flooding her system. But she wasn't finished. The neural disruptor lay on the floor. Maya picked it up carefully, recognizing the make and model, Zethian manufacture, military grade. Someone with serious resources had equipped these people. She pulled out her personal comm unit and accessed the Academy's security network. Her roommate, a brilliant Zenthari hacker named Six Crescents, had once shown her a back door, just in case you ever need it. Maya needed it now. Her fingers flew across the holographic interface. She found the corridor's security logs and discovered what she'd suspected. Someone had already erased the last 20 minutes of footage. Professional work. But they'd made one mistake. They'd only erased the official logs. The buffer backups, the temporary files the system created before committing to permanent storage, were still intact. Maya copied everything. Then she accessed her private encrypted storage, a server she maintained off Academy grounds, paid for with money from her part-time work translating human literature into standard. Files uploaded, evidence secured. Then she systematically erased the buffer backups, the metadata, and the access logs showing she'd ever been in the system. She left only the original erasure, making it look like a failed operation. By the time campus security arrived 3 minutes later, they found 3 attackers detained by several other cadets Maya had flagged down. The weapons, the testimony, but no footage. "Cadet Torres," the Zenthari security chief said, her compound eyes studying Maya with unsettling focus. "How did you subdue 3 armed assailants?" Maya shrugged, still breathing hard. "They weren't expecting resistance. Humans are good at improvisation." The security chief's antennae twitched. Amusement, Maya had learned to recognize. "Indeed, though I notice our security footage is conspicuously absent." "I noticed that too," Maya said innocently. "Seems like they had inside help. You might want to investigate your security team." Which was true. And would keep the investigation focused away from her extracurricular hacking. Later that evening, Maya sat in her dorm room, reviewing the copied footage on her personal terminal. Pip's family debt was legitimate. She'd checked. But the kidnapping attempt was part of something larger, a trafficking operation that had been targeting vulnerable cadets for months. She encrypted the evidence package and sent it anonymously to the Core Worlds Investigation Bureau. Her roommate, Six Crescents, skittered into the room on her 6 legs. "Maya, friend, the entire Academy speaks of your combat prowess. The Corthian you struck remains in medical bay." Maya smiled tiredly. "Just lucky." "Luck is statistical anomaly," Six Crescents chittered. "You are something else, something very human." Maya thought about that. Humans weren't the strongest or fastest. They didn't have telepathy or natural weapons. But they had something else. The ability to see patterns, to adapt, to turn any situation into an advantage, and when necessary, to fight with the desperate creativity of a species that had clawed its way to the stars despite every disadvantage. "Yeah," Maya said softly, "very human." Outside her window, the Academy's lights glittered against the darkness of space. Tomorrow there would be questions, investigations, and probably disciplinary hearings. But tonight, a young Kalari cadet was safe. A trafficking ring would face justice. And the galaxy had been reminded of an important lesson. Never underestimate a human protecting someone who couldn't protect themselves. That was the most dangerous kind of human there was.